What's up, guys? Wow, that was probably one of the strangest intros to one of my videos ever. So, those of you who've been watching my videos for a very long time now have probably noticed that in the past year, maybe year and a half, I haven't been making as many videos as I used to. That's mostly because I got so busy during that period that I ended up not being able to make videos as much. As a matter of fact, it got so busy that I wasn't even able to keep in contact with a lot of my old friends. About a month ago, I went to a friend's graduation party, and there was a guy there who I hadn't seen since high school, and he saw me and he was all like,
"Oh my gosh, Steve, is that really you? Oh my gosh, man, I haven't seen you in forever. It's like you fell off the face of the earth. What you been up to, man?"
I don't know why I did that voice for him. He doesn't sound like that at all. Well, anyway, there have been a lot of people who I've run into recently who I haven't talked to in a while, and they've all been asking what I've been doing. So I figured I'd let you guys know what I've been doing just in case you had the same question. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys some things that have been happening in my life fairly recently. So, let's get to it. One really big thing that happened in May is that I ended up graduating from university with a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science.
Yeah!
Oh, and by the way, my friend Sean has been saying that I need to do this voice that I'm about to do in one of my videos, and I think now, because of a celebratory thing, it would be appropriate. So, here it goes.
Yay!
I'm sorry if any of you went deaf from that. Really, I'm sorry. Rest in peace, headphone users. So another really cool thing that's going on as a result of that is that I'm actually currently working as a systems analyst / web developer. Now, I'm not going to go into the specifics of the project I'm working on, but currently I'm working on a project where I'm designing an application for a group of people who have been doing what they've been doing through pencil and paper. So I'm going to make it electronic, which honestly, making something that people will actually be able to use for their benefit is really kind of cool. So the next thing that I was going to talk about is something that I was very conflicted for a while about whether or not I should talk about it here. But I've kind of come to the conclusion that it won't hurt anything because A, I'm not going to be using anybody's names, and B, I'm not using anything slanderous in any way, shape, or form, so I think it should probably be fine. Anyway, about maybe 3 months ago, I made a video about how to solve the peg game, and I mentioned something about my girlfriend showing me the peg game. Yeah, about that, I don't have a girlfriend anymore. The girl who I mentioned and I are not dating anymore. We broke up about 2 months ago. And before all of you go all up in arms and say, "Oh my gosh, Steve, I'm so sorry," it's okay. It's completely fine. She and I are both completely fine with the decision we made. I mean, yes, when we first started dating, it was really great. I honestly thought that she was going to remain the she to my nanigans. However, after a while, we both kind of realized that we were just so different that it wasn't going to work. And yes, I do realize that everybody is different in some way, but we were so radically different on so many different levels in so many different ways that there was no way that if we continued the relationship that it would have gone anywhere. And honestly, the good thing about this is that we both realized that and both came to the conclusion that we should be mature about it and just stop. I was starting to realize that we were just not really as happy around each other as we were when we started dating. Let's put it this way, actually. I went on a trip to Pennsylvania with her so she could visit some old friend of hers. Basically, one of her friends was getting married, and she was going to be part of the wedding. And I actually ended up having more fun hanging out with her friends than I did hanging out with her. It's kind of a relationship red flag. I do not regret dating this girl at all. She is not a bad person in any way. As a matter of fact, the person who I'm talking about, if by some very off chance you are watching this, I really sincerely wish you the best of luck in finding somebody, and I'm pretty sure that you will end up finding somebody. You're a good person. That somebody is just not going to be me, and that's not a bad thing. So, moving on from that, another thing that I really wanted to mention is that, as I mentioned before, I stopped making videos for a really long time, or rather, wasn't making them nearly as often as I used to. And honestly, I'd like to stop that. I'm going to make a little bit of a challenge to myself to where I will make a video every 2 weeks and post it on YouTube. I've found that when I stopped making videos, my general level of creativity went down. Like, if you've probably noticed that most of the videos that I've made recently haven't been very creative at all. So I'd honestly really like to get back into the swing of things. So I'm going to start trying to make a video every 2 weeks for, I don't know how long. I'm hoping for at least 6 months. It might be longer. Hopefully it will be longer. I'd like to make this a regular thing. Well guys, that's basically a lot of the stuff that's been happening recently with me. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Alright, that's pretty much it. Steve, out.